There's a sense of emotion carved within the dead. A hallowed devotion to the shadows in the dead. A sense of belonging, feeling incomplete. A structure and purpose, and this is no mean feat. Even so, well, I know that I've been thinking since I've been gone. So darling, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. It's been too long away. You've been quiet for days, and I know it ain't easy on your own. So I'm coming home, and you know I got your letter. It seems that I wrote it through you. Well, all those things you're thinking, well, I'm thinking them too. 'Cause I've been thinking since I've been gone. Whoa, and I've been drinking since you've been gone. Oh, and I've been thinking since I've been gone. So darling, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. So darling, I'm coming home.
I'd taken a bit of a step back from music and decided to pursue a few different things for a few years, and I'd actually completely stopped making music for a while, and then through a series of events found myself up in Derby, far northwest Australia, for a year of study, and Jamie was there as well. He was in Broome though, and
pretty much next door,
just down the road,
200 k's. Jinx.
And yeah, and anyway, we he came up to Derby for a week of sort of combined study, doing the same course, and in that week we sort of just, well, we sort of hit it off pretty well, didn't we? Like,
We did. It was like
we had a go at a few things. We had a go at a few outdoor activities,
yeah,
and then
we went fishing on so the fateful day when we started riding together. We so one of the local folk took us out fishing on their boat, sort of trying to catch barramundi, and we were terrible. We did not do a good job at fishing, and at the end of the day we kind of went home and we were kind of like the city guys who couldn't catch any fish, and he handed us a pity fish out of his freezer. After failing at all these sort of country activities, we thought we'd sort of realised we were both musicians and decided to start jamming and writing together, and that night we started playing. Actually, the product of that first little jam was the first track we wrote together, and then it was the beginning of a beautiful relationship.
That's one way of describing it.
What adjective would you choose?
Interesting. I was amazed at just how tight it was when I first got here, like, and how compared to even like I played a lot in Sydney and played a lot in Melbourne, and actually there was a bit of a reputation. Perth did have a bit of a reputation over there. Like, people were like, it's pretty amazing apparently, and amongst the musos over there. But then coming over here, I thought, wow, it really is really cool. Like, the venues are really well attended, and there's some really, really good bands. And even over the last few years, it seems to just keep going from strength to strength.
We were playing a show at the Bird, and Josh turned up, and he had the classic kind of sound guy stereotype that exists, and particularly over east, I think. Josh had to say, well, we're going to turn up, and the sound guy's not going to give a shit, and we're going to have to do this stuff. And we got there, and the Bird sound guy, who's a particularly nice guy, turned out and was like, oh, guys, what can we do for you? We help you out. And he was just this ridiculously helpful and competent and enthusiastic guy. I remember Josh turning around, and he's like, I've never met a nice sound guy before. And I think that, I remember that the sort of point of yeah, that's why Perth is nice. Like, people who run the venues, and people who book the venues, and people who do sound, and everyone who makes up the little mechanics of the scene all generally seem to do it because they actually like the music, not because that's kind of where they've ended up and they're just going through the motions and they're trying to make a buck. A lot of our songs are breakup songs, or pre-breakup songs, or post-breakup songs. This one was about that point where you know that whatever the situation you're in isn't working at an emotional level, but for all the logical and pragmatic aspects and practical purposes, it works, and you know that you could keep on doing it and it would not be bad and it would keep working, but you know that it's something just not quite there, and you're repeating the same old process without really any sort of significant end point. And that point was sort of realization where you know that, and you know it has to be an inevitable end, but you can't quite bring yourself to make that step. It's sort of a flip on the thing where people, they know that it's not working, but there's something emotionally that holds on to it. And it's kind of like that opposite one, which I think it's a little bit less romantic, but it's somewhat realistic, I think.
'Cause my heart's made up, but my mind's not willing to let you go just yet. Just give me a minute more. I'm in the same damn place I was before. It's like I'm all dressed up in my finest threads with nowhere to go. Oh, and when the driver asks, where's the show? I just shrug a coy, I don't know. Because my heart's made up, but my mind's not willing to let you go just yet. Because my heart's made up, but my mind's not willing to let you go just yet. Oh, and everybody knows that's just how it goes. my heart's made up, but my mind's not willing to let you go just yet. Well, I'll start with this one. Bumper book of sea stories.
Yeah. I think
And it's got that sense of adventure that as a child really, and with those etchings, like, doesn't that just capture your imagination in a colonial kind of way? You want to go and dominate the world and rape and pillage. Sorry, that's as a kid I didn't know about all those things, but you know, look, that's a bit less politically incorrect. It's a bit more adventurous right there. I think, you know, you've got Dead Man's Rock, and it's got pictures of birds flying around on the sea. It's beautiful. And the old typography. I think this sums up the band, really.
Oh, really?
Except for the colonialism stuff. And that's an amazing moustache. It's incredible.
Well, I think you've got kind of like, it's the two contrasts of the band. You've got like the wizened, like, captain on the back, and
Yeah.
the fresh-faced enthusiasm of the boy
Did
on
you
the
just
front.
call me a wizened captain?
I think
That's probably the nicest thing he's ever said.
Well, I need to just build you up so that I can cut you down with my books. That's how we're working this.
Let me guess, they're about weight, diet, age, and
They're only
like,
there to see if
how to maintain a sex drive in your old age.
Now you're putting ideas in my head. I should have looked for those. I think this book is more of how I feel like I should be referred to by him, how he should address me, and that's Lord Jim. So I think
Can I have a look at the picture of Lord Jim? Which one?
I don't know which guy Lord Jim is. Is someone on
He's on the plank. He's about to be thrown over the edge.
Oh, here we go.
Lord Jim. He's getting
hang on.
Where's the jokes about weight and diet?
Oh no, they're here as well, but you were nice to me, so I'll seeing as you asked. So the one taking the piss out of Josh is good fats, bad fats. Let's see what else we got.
He gave me a complex. I've now got
How not to die young. Oh yes, he can't anymore. You passed that.
Age
joke.
There's the age joke, the weight joke. I was right. There was
the Babysitters Club, which is how I feel sometimes.
Oh.
And Josh's delving into Josh's occupation, Dr. Death. So there's just like 4 quick digs, bam, 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 bam.
See.
I wasn't gonna do it until you asked about it.
I actually wanted this for evidence because his mum thinks I'm too mean to him, but she doesn't see this side of it. It's just relentless. Seen the dust storm coming, I've seen the lightning strike, I've seen the blood of my people flowing, and still I never joined the fight. No. One. So now, don't be shy. I love you so. You my only one. I've seen the dust storm coming. I've seen the lightning strike. I've seen the blood of my people flowing. Still I never joined the fight. I've seen the dust storm coming, and I've seen the lightning strike. I've seen the blood of my people flowing, and still I never joined the fight. No. coming. I seen the lightning strike. I seen the blood of my people flowing. Still I never joined the fight. I seen the dust storm coming. Seen the lightning strike. I seen the blood of my people flowing. Still I never joined the fight. Ladies.
Alright, sweet.
Awesome.
Right.
Thanks, man.
You guys have it.